KDB,
Salah,
Son,
Salah,
Sterling.
Mo Salah.
Marrku, somehow it seems that there is a lot that has transpired since the last game between United and Arsenal. New Champions League has begun. We have seen the second managerial sacking today, which turned out to be a big one, very unexpected. Obviously, the most pertinent to our discussion of today about talking transfers is people are kind of talking about whether to keep Salah in the team. If we get straight into the Liverpool assets, what are your first thoughts?
I would give them at least this one game, Wolves at home. Although Wolves have been pretty good defensively, but their fixtures also has been having quite easy this far. And if you somehow have held, let's say, Robertson and Trent both double up, I wouldn't sell Robertson this game week or Trent, because Wolves they just don't seem to score goals. I think this game week they have a great chance of a clean sheet. I would definitely hold them. The same for Salah or Diaz or whoever your Liverpool assets are. But after that, it gets interesting because, as we can see from the ticker here, Liverpool are right at the bottom with like only Manchester City and Wolves are worse according to the ticker. And
very interesting now is obviously after Tuchel sacking now. Obviously, the next is Wolves. Now after that is Chelsea away, so we don't know who's going to take over. Obviously, there are talks that Graham Potter might take over. And after that is Brighton. So if Graham Potter was to go there, Brighton without Potter, suddenly I think that Brighton... I actually had created my own ticker yesterday, and I had kept Brighton as a grey ticker, grey game, not a blue one. Now I think with Potter gone, I'm not really sure. Whoever comes will obviously take time because that Brighton team was all about Potter and how well they were functioning under him. So it'll be interesting to see now. I think it just tilts in Liverpool's favor. It can go both ways. Even if Potter was to come to Chelsea, he's going to take time, and he has never handled a big club like this, so it might take time there. What we're going to do here is just look at Salah's, what is happening with Salah and why people are really looking to sell him out. Obviously, the cost that it comes at 13 million. I think he's generated 38 points as of now, and this is his touch heat map from the last season, the first 6 game weeks of the last season as compared to this season. From a layman's perspective, not too much of a difference if you were to really see it from a glance. Now, go further down into these numbers. Obviously, these numbers, there's an article published by The Athletic right after the Everton game, and this shows Salah's attacking touches this season as compared to last season. Not too much of a difference, but yes, there is a difference if you clearly look at the rightmost channel. Last season, it constituted for 50% of his attacking touches, and now that number has gone to 55%. So it's just a 5% increase, but it is a 10% increase from last season. Now, where has this touches coming from? 13, 12, 5%, which is left to the rightmost flank, which is 13, 12, and 5. Now it's become 11, 14, and 3. That's where it comes from. Interestingly, 7% was right outside the penalty, right in front of the goal last season, which has gone up to 10%. That's a little bit of a shift which has happened there. Are we really reading too much into it because it's just a matter of 5%? What is it really? What do you really make out of it?
People have been talking a lot about how he's playing more wide, and I think I've been feeling it as well. Watching the games, I've been thinking he's playing more wide, but when you look at these numbers, they're not that much different. Plus, taking into account the other is 6 games, and other is whole season. So
38.
Could it be just variance of touches that evens out after the whole full season? It's pretty hard to say. I think he's been playing a little bit wider, I'd like to say, from just watching the games. But as we can see, like he has 10% now on the right at the front of the goal. So that's gone up. So he still gets into dangerous positions, but the team has not been clicking. I think that's the bigger issue here, I'd say.
It's not one person can't really run the whole team, and what is also happening is because of Mane leaving and Darwin Núñez coming, and obviously he has missed 3 matches or the 6 games. Now the opposition teams who play against Liverpool, they have now started sitting very deep. Now, in order to break that defense lines which are sitting, which are forming 5-4-1 kind of a possession, 5-4-1 kind of a formation when they're out of possession, and it's very Liverpool has failed uh, last season quite a few times in terms of how to break them down, and maybe that costed them the season last season when they lost it by 1 point. Now, what they're trying to do this season is that they're trying to go in order to create more spaces in the penalty box. They're trying to go very wide on the left side as well as the right side, which means Salah is going wider on the right side, and even Luis Diaz is going more left on towards on the left side, which creates kind of space for Nunez. Now, last season, what was happening was there was somebody called Thiago Alcantara who was sending those passes and creating chances from the center space as well. Now he has been missing completely. Now, instead of him, Carvalho is playing, and obviously Elliott is obviously kind of assisting Salah on the right hand corner, and obviously Trent is sending crosses as well. Now, because of Carvalho, who is not really known, it's his first season with Liverpool, who's not really known to kind of send crosses or send those key passes like how Thiago Alcantara does. So there has to be some other way of creating chances now till the time Thiago comes back. He hopefully is back for tonight's Champions League game. And I have a feeling once he's back, you would see these numbers getting changed to some extent to his old ways. Also, apart from Thiago, is Diogo Jota coming back as well.
Yeah.
Firmino, obviously, he's now dropping deep and he's kind of doing his bit. He could do some magic at times, but not every time. He has slowed down as well. Because Nunez is a conventional number 9 striker. He's not going to play how Firmino does. So
Yeah.
Nunez is he's just going to expect people to kind of send crosses to him from the left or from the right. So that's if you see in the next chart, that's how if you see the numbers for chances created by Salah from last season to this season. It's in the first 5 games from the last first 6 game weeks. He had 15 chances created, and he's already sitting at 24 this season.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see what happens when Thiago comes back, and if Liverpool get their game going, it will be.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to see how the stats go between Salah and Darwin. That would
Correct.
be because it might be that Darwin is the one getting the big chances, and Salah could be more creative. I would love to see how it goes. So
Correct.
I think there's an argument, especially if people are going, let's say, perma captain Haaland. I think there's an argument to go for Darwin because he's cheaper and if he's the one who's getting the big chances. But I think it's a little bit too early to say anything definitively. So
just going quickly through the stats, the last column of penalty area touches, there's not too much of a difference, on that front. It was 58 last year, it was 56 this season in the first 6 game weeks. His goal attempts obviously have gone down. Obviously Nunez's three match ban didn't really help. It was Firmino. Yes, he did create an assist for Firmino as well, but earlier it used to be Firmino and Mane. So Mane used to obviously kind of make those runs where so it used to help Salah. Mane used to create those spaces for Salah, but that is not happening with Diaz because Diaz is right in the left. If they just want to sell Salah out of desperation, I would say just hold on to 1 more week because we're talking about Salah. We're not just talking about 6 million or a 7 million guy who there are a lot of replacements already available in that segment. Yes, there might be alternatives available for Salah. We'll see in the next slide, but you are with these premium guys. You need to play the fixtures, right? And we're talking about they're playing Wolves next. There is no harm whatsoever in just stopping the transfer and just playing Salah one more game week.
The thing is that those stats that he has this season, they're not bad. They're not terrible.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
It's just compared to what they were, they're not the same.
Correct.
And his price is 13 million, so you're expecting him to haul a lot of the games. But also the fact that people are about to be going perma captain Haaland, I'd say a lot are thinking that way. So if you can't captain him and he costs 13 million, so that's what makes you think. But
Correct.
the stats itself, they're not bad stats. They're not like I have to sell this guy because he's not gonna do anything. He's gonna get points. It's just, is it worth the price that you pay for him, and can you captain him over Haaland? That's the question, I'd say.
Absolutely. Yeah, the captaincy obviously argument really kind of makes you wonder whether you're going to make him the captain in the next fixtures. As we saw the fixtures, Chelsea away. Would you like to captain him? Where City is playing Wolves away. So very difficult to really captain Salah in that game. Then City plays United at home, and Liverpool is playing Brighton away, or Brighton at home. So now with the sacking and maybe Potter going in, that you might kind of make an argument because United is now the team in form, right? So they won four games in a row. The defense has looked good, but yes, we're talking about City, which is fine. But I think United is now looking good to me. When they beat Liverpool, everybody said, okay, now they have to do the same thing with Southampton. Now they've done it 3 times. Right, so I think it's time that we start taking United seriously. On how many fixtures can you make Salah the captain? It's the key.
Yeah, when you look at those fixtures, I'd say, yeah, Wolves. You can say, I think most people are gonna go Haaland this game week. He's gonna be the
They
most
will,
captain
they
for
will, they
sure.
will absolutely. And he
But
scored again in the Champions League.
yeah, and he scored 2 goals in the Champions League,
Yeah.
and he's gonna be most captain. But I think you can make a case for Salah this game week, and then Brighton home. That's another one. But after that, I don't think Chelsea away, Arsenal away, City home. I don't think he's gonna be captain in any of those.
Yeah.
So that's the argument, that can you get better value buying other players. So
Correct. So let's look at his options. If we were to get Salah out, what are the options? And in the premium segment, obviously you would look at premium segment, because you would want to create a channel that yes, you can get him back easily. Who, if you were to kind of take out Salah, who would you really go for?
can you show me the picture ticker again? Yep. So okay, my first instinct was Kane. Of course, it would require 2 transfers. I'm now speculating only, like, if I could do a 1-for-1 change without thinking about how many free transfers I have to use or anything like that, then my first instinct was Kane out of those.
Game week 8, right?
Yeah, game week 8, because in game week 7
Leicester
they have
home.
City.
Leicester
so
home,
that's not great. But Kane is the first instinct. If I have to think about how easy it is to get someone in, then Son could be a punt for, at least for me, when I'm going to wildcard game week 9. So I might go game week 8 punt for Son, even though he hasn't done much yet. But I think last game he looked pretty good, even though he didn't score or assist, but he was looking pretty good. So I think when he gets rolling, he's going to keep rolling. I think I have that kind of a feeling. So I might go for a punt on Son, but Kane was the first instinct for me. Maybe Sterling could be actually
a new manager bounce. They might see a new manager bounce.
And that's the thing, that it's a little bit of an unknown, because we don't know what's going to happen necessarily with well, first of all with new manager, second of all with Aubameyang now in team. So how are the attacking numbers going to go with him? So
most of it's literally like fifth of us have Haaland. Now he's no more a differentiator. Now who I think KDB could be a good differentiator for game week 8, where City is playing Wolves. People who are wildcarding in game week 9 can definitely who do not have Edison as a goalkeeper, assuming Cancelo is there. They can definitely go for a 1 week punt on KDB. It might just work out.
So let's say you're not selling Salah next game. You're selling him for, let's make 2 scenarios. Let's say 1 week punt in game week 8, and then other option. Let's say you either wild card on game week 8 or 9, whichever. And then you think about more longer term. So who is your number 1 pick for short term if you go for a punt just for like 1 game week? And who is your longer term pick?
My only worry of removing Salah is, he's 13 million, and I won't be surprised before the game week starts, he would drop to 12.9 and maybe more. My only worry is the closest premium asset to him is KDB, which is 12.2. If I sell him for KDB, which is not, I'll have 0.7 left in the bank, assuming right now I have 0. I would want to stick with KDB till the time I get Salah back when Liverpool's fixtures get easier from game week 12 or 13 onwards. If I were to really sell Salah, I can't really think beyond KDB right now. Because if I go to Son 11.7, so it'll be like a 1.3 kind of a in the bank. Then I've done it in the past as well. It's very difficult to kind of then really preserve that 1.3 till the time you want to go back to Salah. So that's why I've never been in a situation where I have to sell Salah and then get him back. So if to answer the question, I would go for KDB. I don't think I can look beyond it. I've just sold Edison for Pope, so I have two assets of City right now. So I can very well get KDB in game week 8. Being a Liverpool fan, just saying it again, I'm really looking forward to Thiago coming back and Diogo Jota coming back to really see how things change. Another asset who has been sold, who's no more the number one owned asset now is Gabriel Jesus. He's been sold obviously because of the fact that there are other forward options now who have been belting goals. Mitrovic being one, Tony scoring a hat trick now in the last game week. Now he's at 5 goals. Mitrovic is at 6 goals. I think Kane is at 5 goals himself. So the forwards are really just doing the opposite of what they did last season, giving us a lot of options. Now Newcastle's Isaac, though he hasn't done much, a lot of people have hope from him as well because obviously of Newcastle's fixtures.
For me, for my own personal team, I'm pretty settled on wildcard in game week 9. So next game week it's Everton at home and then Brentford away, and those are fairly decent fixtures. And Jesus, even though you can see that out of his 6 returns, he posted 4 of them in one game in game week 2, he's still posting good numbers. He's after Haaland and Mitrovic, his XGI is third best, and his non-penalty XGI is second after Haaland. So I still have faith that he has potential to score pretty well in these next 2 games. So personally, I'm holding. From game week 9 onwards, you could consider selling him.
Yeah, because the coming 2 fixtures look absolutely fine. Everton home, though they have only conceded 6 goals, but they are really overperforming their expected goals conceded numbers. And Arsenal are number one in terms of creating XG numbers. They are the best right now, and they play at home. Brentford is not really known for the defense this season. They've scored 15 goals. Yes, they have scored 10 at home. I would be really cautious about taking an Arsenal defensive asset for this game. It's definite hold. There's no point selling Martinelli and Jesus.
If he blanks next game week, I think there's a chance that he's gonna drop to 7.9, and if he blanks in game week 8, he's gonna of course drop some more with the blank and with the tough fixtures coming up. But I'm gonna be selling him anyway after game week 8. So after that, it doesn't matter. But hopefully he can deliver.
All right, as we discussed, there has been big sacking in terms of managerial, in terms of the stature of the managers are concerned, and Chelsea is right there. They always do this. The reason we are talking about it is its effect on Brighton asset. Would it be fair to say for the managers to really hold on to the likes of Gross and because Brighton play, I think they play. It's a decent game for them. They play Bournemouth away. Oh, sorry, I forgot that. So they play Bournemouth away, and then they play Crystal Palace at home. Do you reckon people can still target the Bournemouth game and get Brighton assets, considering all these rumors around Potter?
I think it's a hold but don't buy situation. I think the thing with the manager, but even more so with the news that you have on the right side of the screen, that there might be a postponement of the game week 8 fixture.
Right.
So they might have Bournemouth this game week, but the next game week they might be blanking. So it's definitely not a buy. The problem is, as you can see from the ticker, that even after that blank, they have Liverpool and Spurs. So their fixtures are gonna be getting tougher as well.
Tougher, yeah.
So for me, it's a hold 1 game week and then it's sell.
Right. No, I totally agree. Absolutely. So there are the assets who are concerned for this particular fixture. Obviously, are Gross, McAllister, Sanchez, the goalkeeper, Dunk, and I think from Palace it would be Zaha. Mostly.
Yeah, and Trossard as well.
Trossard as well, of course. Trossard, Trossard as well. A double-digit hauler from last week.
Yeah.
So it's a good development in terms of it's a notable development which all of us should kind of take care of. Now Leicester, They play Aston Villa, Tottenham. We can remove the Tottenham game, but if you see Forest, Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, couldn't have asked for a better run of fixtures. Do you go near the asset? If yes, who would be the one?
If I'll go there, I'll go pretty much Madison, and that's about it. Before I see improvements, I don't trust them otherwise. Madison has been the only one that's been looking decent enough, but otherwise, the other players are no go for me.